and also create a lot of employment for Ogun State. There will be a shopping mall at the gateway, a golf leisure center. There will be the commercial corridor. Residents will enjoy a center for knowledge and culture. Ingredients for the success. Ogun State is Nigeria's gateway state. We've heard that there are over 46 new industries that were commissioned in the last few years in Ogun State, in the last 3 or 4 years. Ogun State is Nigeria gateway state, is rural in character, is close to central Lagos and Lagos International Airport. Ogun State is now a recognized destination for business, commerce, and industry. That's one of what will make it a successful project. Next slide. Ingredients for success: the site, high-value river frontage, high-value expressway frontage, key views to the river, is totally an unoccupied area. There are existing natural vegetation there, and there is potential for direct expressway access. Infrastructure. Next slide. That's the layout of the land. Next slide. It's supposed to provide accommodation for about 200,000 new residents. That's a concept land use plan. Urban structure, high value, patronage, different aspects of the estate. There will be a central business district, shopping mall. We've actually received two proposals from 2 of the big international shopping mall brands that have sent us an expression of interest that they want to participate in the project. There will be a golf course, commercial corridor, series of open spaces, the different types of infrastructure as expected. What we'll try and do in this project is to replicate what we see in the Dubais of this world. That's why I said that it needs a lot of courage. Dubai was somebody's vision 20 years ago. But today, it is a reality. Are we just going to keep praying over the need for Nigeria to develop? Or are we going to take the steps and do what we have to do? I think the days of sitting down is over. The Southwest used to be known to be at the forefront of industrialization in Nigeria. But today, most of the factories belong to the multinationals. I could see a lot of distinguished industrialists who are seated there, who are still doing a lot for us in the Southwest. But we need to do a lot more. We need to key into the vision of the state governor, and let's also plan to do great things for our nation, particularly our generation. Time is moving so fast. We will show you a quick slide very soon on other projects that are going on in other parts of the world. So this is a project that is supposed to be a world-class infrastructure project that is comparable to the very best that you can find in any part of the world. So infrastructure, roads, urban storm drainage, potable water system, waste water collection, electrical power, telecom system, and the flood protection system. Roads. We've done a lot of study on the type of roads that should be in the estate. Next slide, please. The hierarchy of roads, the primary roads, the secondary roads, and the access from the main expressway. Next slide. Urban stormwater drainage. We've done a lot of study, like I said, on the land. We know we could use 2 options of stormwater drainage system. We could use a network of rectangular concrete channels, or we could use the stormwater pipe network. Next slide. Next slide. The potable water system, based on the study that we have also, we realized that if we are going to have a population of about 240,000 in the estate, the demand for water per day will be about 30,000 cubic meters per day. So we've planned towards providing sufficient water for the entire city. Next slide. The wastewater collection system will be world-class. It will be comparable to what you find in any part of the world, but is is built specifically for the terrain. Next slide. Electric power system. When the project is fully completed and people have fully moved in, it will need about 200 megawatts, but this will be done in phases. Next slide. Telecommunication system with its own exchange. Next slide. Flood protection. This is one of the biggest part of the project. The objectives is to protect the new development against flood hazard. More importantly, to ensure that the adopted protection scheme will not increase the risk of floods for the areas located downstream. Next slide. So, different options of flood protection. We could use dikes, and wide, we could use an integrated flood protection system. This is the alternative 1. That's alternative 2. This is alternative 3. Studies are ongoing on the site right now to choose the best of the options. Traffic assessment, that's also a big issue, considering the fact that the express is congested. But we are lucky there seems to be some expansion going on the expressway now, which will accommodate a lot of the traffic. However, we have done a comprehensive study. We've finished the traffic study. We've worked very closely with the Ministry of Transport in Ogun State, and we've developed different plans of roads and how the traffic within the city will be managed. Continue. So we've done a study of traffic variation during average working day. Next slide. Traffic composition. What proportion will be cars, bicycles, heavy vehicles. We've done all that study within the estate. We've done the study of what the peak hour traffic will look like and the solution to ensure that there is no congestion and traffic is minimized. Peak hours traffic, journey time surveys, these studies have all been completed. The road network, we've done the zoning system, traffic volumes, we've done the external access from the expressway. There's a need for construction of a bridge to link one of the locations around, and we are doing that in collaboration with the Ministry of Works in Ogun State. There are other alternatives on how to access the city and how to come out in a way that we reduce the, we do not become a nuisance to the main expressway. Go on. We've also done a lot of study of traffic even within the city. And these are benchmarking, our next slide is our benchmarking, just for us to know that there are other projects of similar magnitude going on in different parts of the world. London, UK, we know. Paris, France. So we've benchmarked this project against international cities of the world. Dubai, Durban, South Africa. This is an ongoing project. It's about 1,000 hectares and is undergoing development. This is in Kenya. This development is ongoing right now in Kenya. This is also ongoing in Kenya. This is ongoing in Tanzania. And of course, we know the Eco-Atlantic City project that is ongoing in Lagos. What our distinguished keynote speaker spoke to us about is that we can draw funding for urban development projects from the EIB. And we also heard a lot of speakers yesterday says that we could draw funding from private equity firms, we could draw funding from multilateral agencies like the IFCs and the World Bank. However, I would like to quickly point out the fact that the funding for this project must come from all of us. It must be equity, 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 equity. It is difficult to access funds from the multilateral agencies. It is difficult to access funding from the private equity firms. The private equity firms want a completely de-risked project. They want a project that the off-takers are there and there are guarantees to support those off-takers. Mr. Rob spoke about sovereign guarantee. That's what you keep hearing. But the first way that we can make progress in Nigeria, the biggest way that we can make progress and do great things in this nation is that we must develop the same type of passion that we are seeing in Ogun State. We must have a vision, develop a passion and a zeal, and believe that we can do it on our own. We first need to raise equity amongst us. We have put in a lot of equity into this project already, and a lot of other people are also waiting to put equity into the project. Because when you put strong equity into the project, because we are Nigerians, we know the potential of the project. If you build the correct infrastructure on the metro city, it is as clear as daylight that it will be a hugely successful project. If, however, you are waiting to fund it with foreign investment, if you are waiting for private equity funds, if you are waiting for the World Bank's money, it is not going to come overnight. We have to, first of all, put our equity into this game, and then we work with the local banks. The Eko Atlantic City project that is going on in Lagos, there is not a single foreign bank that is involved in that project. It's equity and the local Nigerian banks. Development partners, the Dialand Dasa Group, are one of the biggest engineering companies in the world. They've provided engineering solutions for projects all over the world. They did the Lagos Central Model City Master Plan, the Dubai International Airport Master Plan, Al Maktoum International Airport also in Dubai. That's a huge project in Mumbai, India. Another project in Dubai, another project in Qatar, another project in Qatar. They've done several projects in different parts of the world, and that's why we've engaged them in the last 1 year as the engineering consultants to the project. UBA Construction is a Turkish-based construction firm that are also big in real estate development. We are their representative in Nigeria, and they've also done a lot of projects in Nigeria, all over the world, but we've done a lot of projects as well in Nigeria. Those are some of their projects. Those are some of their road projects in Turkey, and this is a very popular Nigerian project. Yes. This is also a very popular Nigerian project done by UBA Construction. That's the internal view of that project, other projects that they've done in Nigeria. So investing in Metro City currently offers opportunities for investors for detailed prospectus, including competitive and risk analysis. You can contact those people. I'm sure they've shared the brochures around, whose names are listed there. Thank you very much.